My project was the chemistry of fire. The name of my company is Tom's Fire Protection, and our product is the Big Red, which is a fire extinguisher. Our slogan is, if you ever have a fire, you know who to hire. This is our logo. The chemistry behind fire. The three things needed for fire is heat, fuel, and oxygen. Fire releases both heat and light. Fire is a rapid oxidation of material in the exothermic chemical process of combustion. And for fire to exist, a combustible substance must be present, the temperature must be high enough to cause combustion, and enough oxygen must be present to sustain rapid combustion. A couple of key terms are pyrolysis, the thermal decomposition at a high temperature. An example would be treatment of materials that decompose at high temperatures. Conduction, the transfer of heat between two parts of a stationary system caused by temperature differences between the parts. An example of that would be a car turned on and the engine becomes hot. Convection, the transfer of heat by the circulation or movement of the heated parts. An example would be boiling water. Radiation, the process in which energy is emitted as particles or waves. An example is ultraviolet light from the sun. Ignition, the action of setting something on fire or starting to burn. Example is starting a fire. Growth, the increase in physical size. Example, fire grew. Full development, the act or process of growing or causing something to grow or become larger or more advanced. An example of that is the fire fully developed into a giant flame. Decay, the state or process of rotting or decomposition. Example, the fire was decaying the wood. Accelerated-based fires versus non-accelerated. Accelerated-based fires, common household items, can accelerate a fire, such as gasoline or lighter fuel. And this usually makes the fire more aggressive and it consumes the reactants more quickly. And it burns at a higher temperature and increases the spread of the fire. Non-accelerated fires are normal fires, grow slowly and act smoother, and casually not as violent. How to stop a fire. Class A fires, you can use water. Class B fires, smother the fire to a press of oxygen. Class C fire, cut off the power. Class D fire, extinguish with dry powder agents. Class E fire, extinguish with chemical fire extinguishers. And fire needs oxygen to build. Without it, it is no longer. The chemistry of how a fire is stopped. Fire can be extinguished by taking out its fuel, heat, or oxygen supply. And this is an example of it. The evolution of fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers first made 1723. In 1818, the first version of the modern portable fire extinguisher was invented by Captain George. In 1904, the chemical foam extinguisher was invented by Alexander Loren in Russia. In 1970, Halon 1211 came over to the United States from Europe, and where it had been used during the late 40s and early 50s. And today we use monoammonium phosphate, which is the newest agent used in today portable fire extinguishers as a main agent. The evolution of fire extinguishers, they are red. The red color is associated with both danger and fire, and so there's an obvious association with fire extinguishers. Secondly, red is the most easy to see, especially in a dark environment. More about the extinguisher. Chemical compound, sodium bicarbonate is what it's going to be made out of. Soda acid extinguisher contains sodium carbonate in a flask of acid. This is used for chemical fires. and the first version of the modern portable fire extinguisher was invented by Captain George. And it consisted of a copper vessel of 3 gallons of pearl ash, potassium carbonate. This did not work too well and was later improved. The Big Red extinguisher. The Big Red consists of potassium bicarbonate, which is also KHCO3, cold water, and evaporating fluorocarbon. I chose these because it cools temperatures and its ability to smother flames. Its slim, lightweight body makes it easy to hold and store with its magnetic frame that sticks to metal. Its easy press button use allows quick and easy usage. The cost to create a Big Red would be $5.69, and the Big Red sells for $15. The directions for the Big Red would be: step 1, locate your Big Red extinguisher. Step 2, grab your Big Red in a non-dominant hand and hold the nozzle with your dominant hand 12 to 16 feet away from the fire. Step 3, press the quick use button on the body of the extinguisher while pointing the nozzle at the fire. Step 4, smother the flames till they have completely died down. And step 5, decompose the Big Red into a recycling bin.